So Toy Story is back with a new movie, Toy Story 5. This time around the toys are faced with a new threat, electronics, as Bonnie is given a lily pad, which is basically an iPad, but they can't say iPad, I guess. I don't know. Now I'm gonna say up top, I love Toy Story. I grew up watching the original films, and the adventures of Buzz and Woody are something I have always loved and found comfort in. That being said, I didn't really love Toy Story 4. To me, it kind of felt more like a Woody solo movie that deconstructs him and makes him question what to do next now that his journey as a toy is over. And while on that level I do think it worked, these movies are called Toy Story, not Woody stories, so I was bummed that the supporting characters like Jessie, Rex, and Potato Head basically had nothing to do, and Buzz was written really poorly in that film. Plus, Toy Story 3 was like the perfect ending, and honestly it was an all-round great trilogy. There was no need for another. So naturally, when I found out they were making Toy Story 5, my initial reaction was, why? Why are they making another one? But then it was announced that this movie would be dealing with electronics and how kids no longer play with toys, and I thought, ooh, that's an interesting idea. And now having seen the film, I have to say, yeah, it was really fantastic. And I think that's because, unlike 4, there is no doubt in my mind this movie was incredibly necessary. We live in a digital age where childlike wonder is slowly fading, and that's why Toy Story has always connected with its audience, because they deal with relevant topics. Each movie explores a different stage in life. The first deals with being threatened by someone new. Woody, being the boss of the bedroom, is at risk in his eyes, as Andy seems to prefer Buzz, the newer toy, similar to how we can feel threatened at work when a new employee comes in. The choice facing us is what is facing Woody in that film. How do I respond? Do I engage in conflict? Do I leave? Or do I learn to collaborate with this person, this so-called threat? In Toy Story 2, Woody learns through an injury that his time with Andy will eventually come to an end. And in 3, he is faced with that reality. And of course in 4, obviously he needs to deal with what comes next after that. The first 4 movies also explore abandonment, and 5 is no different, but what makes it interesting is it's actually through Jessie. She's the lead of this film, not Woody, which was honestly a perfect decision. Woody's story is done, and Jessie has always been a really complex and really interesting character since she first appeared in Toy Story 2, where we learn her owner gave her away and she felt abandoned. She is the perfect protagonist for this story because she already knows how it feels to be left behind. I honestly don't think this movie would have worked the same if it had Woody as the lead. That being said, Woody is still in this. The director said that the first draft of this story didn't have him in it at all, but he ended up missing him and decided to work him into the story. And look, I think it's a good thing because I don't think people would show up for a Toy Story movie that doesn't have Woody at all. He is a supporting character in this, which allows him to feel present without retconning anything from Toy Story 4, though I will say, him being in this does kind of take away from Toy Story 4's ending, but again, I didn't love 4, so I don't really care about that. I know some people might, but that doesn't really bother me. He's also really funny in this. In fact, there were multiple times I was laughing out loud throughout the entire movie. It's always been incredible how Pixar balances humor and heart perfectly. Every emotional scene landed, and I'm gonna be real with you guys, I cried. I'm not ashamed. I friggin' weeped. It was really emotional. There are also new elements in this one that are fantastic, such as the animation during the playtime scenes and the new characters. They provided a freshness to the franchise without overshadowing anything that I love about this series. But I think what I love most about this movie is how it handles technology. It could have easily hammered home the idea that
tech is bad and kids shouldn't use it at all.
But that's a very binary way to look at it. Technology has become a huge part of our culture. To paint it as a one-dimensional villain would defeat the purpose and meaning of these films. They've never ended with a character beating the stage of life they're struggling with, but rather learning from it. Lilypad is not evil. She doesn't hate the toys or want them to be thrown out. She just wants what's best for Bonnie. She's a character with depth. And I like how this movie asks, can tech and toys coexist? Technology is not the problem, it's a tool, and like all tools, it's how we use it that matters. And this movie perfectly captures that through showing the negative impacts tech can have on young children. In Australia and pretty soon the UK, kids under 16 will be banned from social media. And look, I'm not under 16, but I was cyberbullied when I was 12, and it sucks. And if that ban means that other kids aren't going to have to deal with that, maybe it's not the worst thing in the world. But the point is, it's not tech that's the issue, it's how we use it. Social media is going to be banned, not devices as a whole, and that's what I mean. This movie explores relevant ideas, but in a really smart way. Now, look, in terms of negatives, I have two. I have two negatives. First one is that the classic characters are not in this movie very much. Rex, Slinky, Potato Heads, Ham, they aren't in this story very much. It is a bummer, but honestly, it didn't bother me as much this time around compared to Toy Story 4. That one kind of felt like they were only in that story to say goodbye to Woody at the very end of the film. This movie seemed to be another adventure as opposed to the finale to a series. I'm not sure if they'll make another one after this, but regardless, Toy Story 5 does not have the same finality that Toy Story 3 and 4 did. And honestly, I'm fine with that. I don't think you can top Toy Story 3, and they tried to, and look, some people loved it. I personally didn't really care for it, so I'm kind of glad they avoided doing the end of a chapter movie. This isn't the end of an entire series. It might be, we might not get one after this. I honestly doubt that, but who knows? My second issue is the pacing. It's a bit iffy, and that's primarily due to the Buzz Lightyear army that is in the trailers. This movie keeps cutting back and forth to them in a way that reminded me of Ice Age. Like, you know, the squirrel and how he has his own little story in conjunction to the rest of the characters. I know his name is Scrat. I really wanted to see him cool and nonchalant to you guys, but don't worry, I know his name. They have their own storyline, which is actually disconnected from the rest of the plot until the third act. It's fun, but it's pretty obvious they're actually only in the movie to get our characters out of a problem in the third act. Although, I will say, without spoiling it, they do also heavily tie into the theme for the movie, so I can't really say I hated it. I just wish they were implemented more into the A-plot more, because sometimes I forgot they were a part of the movie. But honestly, regardless, I have to be real, neither of those things ruined the movie for me. I really liked it, and I'm gonna give Toy Story 5 a 9 out of 10. I really liked it. It was absolutely incredible. Genuinely, I am shocked that a franchise like this, and on its 5th entry, can still hit the same. I think it's a real testament to Pixar and the actors and the whole creative team behind it. I really liked it. Go watch it. Alright, well that about does it for me. If you liked this video, be sure to leave a cheeky little like. It puts a smile on my dial. I will be very happy. And, you know, if you want to see more, subscribe. And, you know, hit that little bell icon so you know when I'm posting, because it's been a while and I'm sorry, guys.